Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Haugen. Minnesota is set to join 22 states that have legalized weed. The Minnesota Senate approved a bill to legalize recreational marijuana for adults 21 and older earlier today. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is expected to sign it into law. Recreational marijuana will be legal as early as August 1st. Over the next year, a new state office of cannabis management will ramp up. The bill is 300 pages long and will automatically expunge low-level cannabis convictions. It also sets up a board to consider expungement for resentencing of felony crimes. We'll have more on that later. In Washington, debate over raising the nation's debt ceiling is at a crucial point this weekend, less than 2 weeks before the government could go into default. Bradley Blackburn has the latest on where things stand.
How did it go? At the Capitol, negotiations over raising the nation's debt ceiling were stop and go Friday.
What do you mean press pause?
House Republicans walked out of talks with the Biden administration during the day,
trying not to be impolite,
then resumed them at night. But so far, they say they're far from a deal.
Are you confident you'll be able to reach that deadline?
no.
We have serious differences, and this is going to continue to be a difficult conversation.
If the debt limit isn't raised, the government could run out of money by June 1st, potentially upending financial markets and pausing military salaries, Medicare, and Social Security payments. But House Republicans want caps that amount to an across-the-board 13% cut on government spending.
The White House is just, look, we can't be spending more money next year.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has said they need to reach a deal this weekend to get it through Congress in time to avoid default. Saturday morning at the G7 summit in Japan, the president telegraphed calm.
Mr. President, how concerned are you about the debt talks at home?
Not at all. I still believe we'll be able to avoid a default and we'll get something decent done.
The president is cutting short his overseas trip to return to Washington Sunday, hoping to finalize an agreement before the deadline.
Now to the case of the Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking highly classified documents. Months before 21-year-old Jack Texiera was arrested, officials were aware of his improper handling of classified information. Despite that, Texiera kept his security access. According to newly filed court records, Air National Guard officials warned him multiple times about his alleged unauthorized access of that highly classified information, including taking notes and sneaking them out of his workplace.
We need to drastically and deeply revise the present system of classifying documents and scrutinizing people who have access to them. Too many people, too many documents, insufficient oversight and scrutiny.
So prosecutors say Texiera would brag to his online friend group of at least 150 users about his access to highly classified information. He'll remain behind bars while he awaits trial.
My goodness, what a gorgeous day across the Coulee region. We had plenty of sun. Temperatures were in the 70s. Take a look at the numbers for today. We made it to 74 in La Crosse, 73 Sparta, 74 Volkfield, 70 in Viroqua. Prairie du Chien, you made it to 72. Eau Claire, you made it to 74. And right now, we haven't moved much. We're still sitting at 74 in La Crosse. Viroqua, good evening to you guys. You're at 69 degrees, 70 in Decorah, 72 in Prairie du Chien. Eau Claire, you're at 73. Lady Smith is checking in with 72 degrees. Planning forecast for the next several hours will stay in the upper 60s by the 8 o'clock hour. We'll go into the 50s by the 11 o'clock hour. And then in the overnight hours, we're going to hover right around 56 degrees by 1 a.m. So if you have plans to go out for some Saturday night shenanigans, not a bad evening at all. And the radar scan right now, we have a clean sweep across the Coulee region. Emily, this is going to get a break as we go into the next several days. Coming up in the first warn forecast, I'll tell you how long the nice weather is going to last. We're going to talk about temperatures in the 70s, and I have 80s somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
I'm excited for all the sunshine.
Me too, my friend.
All
Me
right.
too.
Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, demonstrators rallied outside the La Crosse County building this afternoon, calling for more awareness of child abuse. Some of the protesters were family members of A.J. Pedrin, a 6-year-old who was found dead in his home in Madary in February. Police charged 33-year-old Josie Dykman with first-degree intentional homicide this week. And today, protesters are calling for reform in child protective services and are asking more people to speak up.
Child abuse is wrong.
Yes. And what happened here is wrong. There are many people that could have prevented this, you know, and it's weighing a lot on my family, the silence, you know, and I understand the investigation, but it's weighing a lot, and we feel his voice needs to be heard. What happened should have never happened.
They say they believe Dykeman has other child victims, and they feel the county didn't do enough to prevent AJ's death. They're calling on the county for answers and the community to speak up and watch for signs of child abuse. Well, families came out to Fort McCoy today to learn more about the Army. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wald takes us to Armed Forces Day.
For decades, families have packed into Fort McCoy for its annual open house. Each year, the Army hosts the event on the third Saturday in May to teach people more about the installation. Organizers also hope the open house will motivate people to join the ranks. They say it helps build connections with aspiring troops. That includes Onalaska's 7th grader Isla Larson, who hopes to eventually serve our country.
I thought this was like a good starting place because starting when you're young, then you know more things when you go into higher and higher training. So this was just like an important step for me.
Troops are hoping for an even higher turnout next year. On Fort McCoy, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Thanks, Jeremy. Between 6,000 to 8,000 soldiers are expected to train on the base this summer. Well, the 38th WAMO Soft Tip Dart Tournament is in town this weekend at the Lacrosse Center. This is the end-of-season tournament for members of the Dart League. This year's event had a great turnout with 4,800 shooters from all over the state. They made up 1,000 teams. President of Wisconsin Amusement and Music Operators, Janet Stansfield, says this is a great opportunity for everyone.
It's just really good for the city of La Crosse. It brings in a ton of hospitality and tourist dollars, and we're just really excited that it's in La Crosse. It will be next year as well.
So the tournament kicked off Wednesday afternoon, and it wraps up for this year on Sunday. Coming up on News 8, great news for Wisconsin fans of roadside attractions. The latest one is just 2 hours away. We'll take a look at the world's largest potato masher coming up later. But first, an unexpected sisterhood, how 4 sisters found each other, and a community in their shared diagnosis through at-home DNA tests. That's coming up after the break.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping during the Memorial Day sale, only at Home Furniture.
When migraine strikes, you're faced with a choice. Ride it out with the trade-offs of treating or push through the pain and symptoms. With Ubrelvy, there's another option. One dose works fast to eliminate migraine pain. Treat it anytime, anywhere, without worrying where you are or if it's too late. Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Ask about Ubrelvy. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Just one drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course!
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
The GMC Sierra with hands-free driving. Yeah, it rocks. Step up to GMC with 0.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light-duty models.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
Friday marked World Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day. 4 women suffering from the disease took a simple DNA test and then found out they had a much deeper connection. Michael George sat down with them.
When these 4 then complete strangers took at-home DNA tests, they never expected to find a new family.
I always wanted a sister, and then to find out I have multiple sisters is
just wild.
Anna, Nicole, Katie, and Kristen learned they were all half-sisters from the same sperm donor. They became friends fast and later learned they shared something else in common.
I remember messaging, does anyone else have IBD? Because, you know, this is something I deal with.
All four suffer from an inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis. It's made life difficult for all of them.
Going out to eat is just unbearable, and then always having to know where a restroom is. And it's very personal and embarrassing to explain to people.
But now they weren't suffering alone. They shared medical advice and support.
What was it like to find out that you're not alone?
It was amazing and such a blessing. Having support and sisters you can talk to is just everything.
Dr. Feza Remzi, director of the Inflammatory Bowel Disease Center at NYU Langone, treats 3 of the sisters. He performed a J-pouch procedure on 2 of them, which involves removing the colon and rectum.
The patient's quality of life dramatically improved compared to before. It's a big deal when they don't have any need of urgency or incontinence.
Now these 4 continue the fight together.
The amount of love that we have for one another is unreal.
More than sisters, they're also each other's support group. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Well, genetics definitely play a role in inflammatory bowel disease, but studies show close to 80% of patients don't have a close relative with the disease. Well, coming up on News 8 Now this weekend, it's a sure sign of spring. The hunt for morel mushrooms is underway. We'll take you there after the break.
And a live look at city camps showing a gorgeous evening across the area. Numbers for today, we made it into the 70s. 74 was our high after a morning start of 44, but we need a little bit of precipitation as we're in a deficit right now. The question is, will we see any? I'll have that answer in the first warn forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Ashley's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Get up to 50% off Spotlight deals. Plus, pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. And ask how to receive a $100 Visa prepaid card. Only at Ashley.
Roast beef. 4 for $10. Yeah, you know. That classic Arby's. Roast beef. Roast beef. 4 for $10. Arby's. We have the meat.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WIS VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Thanks, La Crosse, for voting Dahl Ford the best new car dealership, voting Gino Arts the best car salesperson, and voting Abra Auto Body the best body shop in La Crosse County. We do our best to exceed your expectations every day.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Save $1,000 on select Sealy mattresses and get $100 instant savings on Ashley Sleep adjustable base sets. Plus, pay 0% interest for 72 months with no minimum or down payment. Only at Ashley.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Every spring, the hunt begins on forest floors across the region. Once you know where to find morel mushrooms, it's a top secret adventure.
It's the first thing of the spring. The frost has come out of the ground. Today's the day. The leaves start to blossom. Right up here is where we had luck last year.
It's like a modern day treasure hunt.
There actually has to be more in here.
We're going mushroom hunting.
The ground's ripe, the conditions are perfect.
We got a handful of morel mushrooms right here.
1, 2, 3, 4 right there.
Morels in Minnesota, well, it's a short season, so to only get, what, 4 weeks, may not even. There's a few of them in here.
Once you find one, you're hooked. You get addicted.
You check this tree right here. Understanding the trees, it makes sense to know which ones they do grow under.
Historically, I found them around dying elm trees.
Yahtzee!
Morels, they're upwards of $20, $40 a pound.
Me, I like to keep them, dry them out, and use them with cuisine.
Sometimes they follow the root lines, so you gotta look all the way around the tree now.
There is some secrecy to it.
My exact location, we're in southern Missouri.
Yeah, you don't want to share your spots.
My father and grandmother told me that there were a couple people that had some really great spots around New Ulm. And when they would go, they would drive around for probably 25 to 30, 35 minutes just to ensure that nobody was following them.
I like the process of the walk and the hunt and then the camaraderie. What do we got here, 4 or 5?
You do all this hard work and it's so much fun to find them.
And then also to enjoy the feast afterwards.
Oh, good. Oh boy. To the start of the season.
Prost.
You should also know there are false morels and they are poisonous. That's why it's recommended to go mushroom hunting with someone who knows what they're doing. Well, in other food news, the Food and Farm Exploration Center in Plover, Wisconsin opened its doors Friday for a celebration. So the center unveiled its newest attraction, the world's largest potato masher. This massive utensil is nearly 39 feet tall, and locals hope it'll bring tourists into the center and encourage them to explore the facility. The site will be open to the public in fall this year, and it's just 2 hours from here. So, road trip, Eric?
World's largest tater masher. Let's do it.
All right. I'm sold.
Me too. Let's go. And I tell you what, this week, not a bad week to do so. We're going to see plenty of sun. Temperatures will be in the 70s and 80s. Heck, got there today.
Perfect.
Look at this. Clean sweep on the radar scan. And this is going to get a break as we go into the next several days. Now I'm craving some mashed taters. I am craving some mashed taters. All right. Now, not just today, but take a look at this stat right here. This is a departure from normal for the month. We do need some precipitation. We are 7,607 inch below normal for the month in La Crosse, 2,207 inch below normal in Eau Claire. Wausau, you guys up there have a nice little surplus. Mason City's got a surplus. Rochester's got a surplus. So the bottom line is like a feast or famine situation, if you will. And this is something else I want to note. The drought monitor. This is this week. Now we had a little bit of precip, but I want to draw your attention to portions of southwestern Winneshiek County where you guys are abnormally dry right now. So this is something that we're going to keep an eye on. And unfortunately, in terms of rain chances the next 8 days, we're not going to be able to buy a drop. We're going to keep the rain chances out of the forecast for quite some time. And in terms of temperature, we made it into the 70s today. We're going to go into the mid 70s for tomorrow and Monday. And then 80s will return as we go into your Tuesday. Outside right now, not bad at all. We're sitting at 74 degrees. We have plenty of sun outside. 75 is the temperature here at the TV station. Humidity is at 29%. So it's a little dry out there. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 9 miles per hour. We're at 73 in Eau Claire, again with abundant sunshine. Humidity is at 28% with winds out of the west at 11 miles per hour. Other temperatures across the area, like I said, not bad. We're in the 70s from top to bottom. You can see here we're substantially warmer today as compared to yesterday. We were only in the 60s on Friday. Today we were in the 70s. Look at Black River Falls, 16 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago, 13 degrees warmer in Decorah, 13 degrees warmer in Winona, 14 degrees warmer in Eau Claire. So when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 40s, even 50s will greet you. Mid 40s towards Ladysmith, low 40s towards Black River Falls, upper 40s from Caledonia down to Waukon over towards Prairie du Chien. We'll see mostly clear skies. The radar scan right now showing a clean sweep across the area. High pressure, our nice fair weather friend, is large. It is in charge. It is going to stay in control, not just for today or tomorrow, but for the next several days. So take a look here at Sky Tracker. Again, maybe a little bit of clouds out there, but other than that, plenty of sun for your Sunday. Temperatures will stay in the mid to upper 70s. And again, Clear skies will be the rule for tonight, maybe a stray cloud or two tomorrow morning, but that's really about it. You'll see mostly sunny skies the next 8 days. Just take a nice picture of this 8-day because this is just downright gorgeous. We go to 75 tomorrow, 76 Monday, 80 on Tuesday. We drop the temperatures a little bit with highs in the 70s for Wednesday and Thursday. Friday we go to 78, then back into the 80s for Saturday and Sunday. Talk about one big old ray of sunshine.
Oh my gosh, looking at that just like made my day.
It's kind of like, you know, the song by the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun.
I love that one. I will not be joining you in song. I don't want to break anyone's ears, but it's good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I am pleased.
All right, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Coming up in sports, we take you down to Copeland Park. The UWL Eagles are 2 wins away from advancing to the Super Regionals, and they were in action earlier this afternoon. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring.
When Derek Van Orden wanted your vote, he signed the U.S. Term Limits Pledge. But now, Congressman Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Are you feeling confused or overwhelmed by all your Medicare choices? You're not alone.
These guys are phenomenal, not just from the original sign-up and registration, but service every year and holding my hand from some difficult decisions. I've had great medical service.
At Strive Medicare, we're here making Medicare simple for our Coulee region neighbors. We're located in the Social Security building in beautiful downtown La Crosse. So stop in today and get your free copy of my book, Making Medicare Simple.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And a Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Diapers and politicians must be changed often, and for the same reason. And already something stinks about Derek Van Orden. Now politician Van Orden is breaking his U.S. Term Limits Pledge. Term Limits Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
We're in the midst of one of the best UWL baseball seasons ever. After winning the conference tournament for just the 4th time in school history, the Eagles got an automatic bid into the NCAA Division III Regional, where they are hosting down at Copeland Park. They got the win in the opening round yesterday. If they could get a win today, they would be in the driver's seat. Let's go down to Copeland Park. UWL 14-3 in their last 17 games. The Eagles are taking on Bethel University. First inning, good start for the Eagles. 2 on for Anthony Vivian, and Vivian sends this one out of here. A 3-run home run to put the Eagles on top. It's his 17th home run of the season, and that's a new single-season record at UWL. 3-0 Eagles. Next inning, a man on for Chris Vanden Heuvel, and he rips one into center field. Jack Moran rounds third. He's going to score, make that 4-0 UWL. On the mound for the Eagles was Tyler Schmidt, and he was dealing a strikeout here to end the second. Then with a runner on third, gets another strikeout. Just 2 hits in 4 innings, but would run into some trouble in the 5th. 2 outs, bases loaded, and in comes Caleb Mattel, and he gets the strikeout to end the inning. UWL gets the win 10-5, and they are cruising. That means UWL is 1 win away from advancing to the Super Regional. They'll face either Bethel again or Buena Vista tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. If the Eagles win, they'll move on. If they lose, there will be a second game played with the winner of that one moving on. All of the highlights tomorrow. And a quick check-in on some local high school scores. Onalaska baseball beat La Crosse Logan twice today in Game 1. Adam Skipton pitched a complete Game 2 hitter. And then in game 2, the bats came alive for the Hilltoppers, winning 13-5. And that means Onalaska clinches a share of the MVC conference title with Aquinas. And now they'll be getting ready for the postseason. Let's go to Rochester, New York. Third round of the PGA Championships. And the golfers were battling some bad weather. Backwards hat here from Rory McIlroy. On the third hole, he knocks that in for birdie. He would finish the day at 1 under par. Scotty Scheffler, here he is, one of the best in the world, but misses this par putt on the first hole of the day. He would be 3 over on the day and 2 under for the tournament. Victor Hovland and Corey Connors are tied for second at 5 under, and Brooks Koepka will go into the final day with a 1-stroke lead at 6 under par. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Hi, my car was just towed.
He looks just like Mario Lopez.
That's me.
Just gonna need to see your ID.
It's actually in my car. I'm Mario Lopez, and this is Access Hollywood. Hey, I'm Mario Lopez, and this is Access Hollywood.
It's close.
No way.
Mario has access almost everywhere.
Late Night at 1 on My 8.
Allergy forecast for tomorrow, Monday. Mulberry and oak will be on the medium side. Trees will be on the high side. The air sample contains a lot of dirt or junk particles, I should say, possible from the wildfires in Canada. So you've been seeing a lot of haze out there. That's why next 8 days we stay in the 70s till we get to Tuesday. We go to 80 degrees. We see a front push through. We'll drop the temperatures with highs in the mid 70s again. Upper 70s Friday. The next weekend, how about the 80s? Not a bad 8 days.
Just look at all that sun. Like, how can you not like that 8-day forecast?
As I said yesterday, I should have taped yesterday and taken a week-long vacation. Nobody would have known.
It would have worked. It would have
exactly.
worked.
Without fail, that just like makes my day to see all that sun. I'm like, finally.
All right. I
right.
say a week for me.
Well, thank you for watching News 8. We'll see you later tonight.